Oh, hello, people. My name is Kali Boss. The only boss. Oh, wait, what else? Have you heard? Wait, do you know that Tap Tap Send is live in Texas? Oh, you didn't know? We went to New York. Now we are live in Texas. So people in Texas and around, all you have to do is to download Tap Tap Send. Yes, Tap Tap Send has become the most unique, secure, and fast way of sending money across the world to your loved ones anywhere. Okay, so download Tap Tap Send on Google Play Store or App Store, and when you're in Texas or around, you just have to put in the code TXGH. What did I say? TXGH, and you get $10 for your first transaction you make. Mahama media, Texas, you drew ho. Very soon we'll conquer everywhere. Download Tap Tap Send now on Google Play and App Store. Tap Tap Send, it's secure, convenient, easy, and fast.
I go Ghana for Coco about 10 years. Kakra. Masaba mo na so biebo ye business na egu so bo digital business ye wo community mu a chese edom gum asedanka nyame na me kasa Ghana fo ye ndorso ne ade enne kofo tia so mu business ni mu me see ye business ye digital business abia abeko bia betumi arane agese me see woni internet no me say wo paycheck no wo de na so me na enso me ntina wo se me nya bibi ka ho na me ho henha me asedanka nyame 2 years ni enya anke enimu o eti ne ye bo from no me see business way afia so those of us in the diaspora need to be file tax no ye bro ye 1099 na dey file tax afia dey file ye bra bi me dey file ye dey o just a profession bia wo business mu teachers taxi drivers just me who send your menka doctors lawyers bankers obia ye wo hia na wo gadgets just say wo dey be run business ye lay system na ma enti me say registration refundable. It's brabeshe. Say bibi a obetumi aye. Pe bibi kan wo na wo gina wo na ba akopɛ so a ebegene. E wo so otumi gina wo na mi no so do won sesi obo. Na wanka sa otumi manage wade business na be ye wa wo dia. Ma extra source of income. Me mo mu de aboa me ne mabusua. Enti no bra. Me se kakra nie. Momra. Me number na etwa gu no. Ne yenkasa. God bless us all. Amen.
Check now, check it, check it, check it, check it. The beat is real, don't wait make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it, 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 check it. Green select glucometer, check it, check it, check it. Sugar level for check it, check it, check it, check it. Check it, check it, check it. Reselect glucometer. Everybody check now.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Why do we struggle to make things work here in Africa and elsewhere? Things are so done easily, including even the use of sex toys. Here in Africa, I see so many young girls who have been putting or displaying sex toys on their WhatsApp status and telling the world that if you want it, come and get it. Elsewhere, people are walking into shops and stores, and I hear there's even shortage sometimes at some places. The question is, why are we now running to toys where there are human beings to give us sexual satisfaction? What really is the problem? It is going to be one of my topics today, but even before I move into that, I am working with these people. Young barrister is already in your shot. And of course, talking about sex toys and young barrister, looks like there is a correlation. That is if you know him. But if you don't know him, then there is no correlation. But if you know him, there is a correlation, and we'll be talking. He is a social commentator. He's also the lead when it comes to Beam Natives. And their Fifth Dimension album is still doing so good. And I pray that the Grammy will come to them as they are hoping for. Meanwhile, Kojokin is also an artist in the middle seat, and he is here to do it. He's also a marketing executive and event person, and he is one of my pundits here on the show. In Team Dodo Solomon, you can also call him Chemo. That is the king and the chief executive officer of Intidus.
Nah, but maybe I did come straight.
Intinosu Records and Intinosu Digital Solutions. Yeah, you don't know. Oh, we have Intinosu Records, Intinosu Digital Solutions, Intinosu Legal Consultancy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man, big empire. All things put to one. He's the king. Well, off screens, Digital Rasta Currencies on camera. Richie Flex is the editor director of the show. And I know that you're also welcome. Remember to put your comments down as you watch the discussion. And again, if you are in abroad and you want to send money to Africa or Ghana, get Tap Send downloaded onto your phone, put in your bank details, and send money to your friends, loved ones. You have to put in the promo code SammyFlex, and the promo code SammyFlex will give you some extra money into your wallet. I keep saying that even if you want to try that your Tap Send is active, you can use the number on the screen to try. Little money like $50 or £50 you can use to try, and that will be fine. The moment you receive it, you tell them, oh, your Tap Send is active now. So go ahead and send money to the world. And that is the conversation. So, I think it was last 2 weeks Friday, myself, Roland Amate, and Kojokin, we had a discussion on when Fantana said that to him, or to her rather, she would rather go for a sex toy than a man who will come and do 5 minutes and start crying that, I'm tired, or even after orgasm, she would have to wait for so many minutes before the next Kwaku Donsuru can get up. Because of that, she would rather go for a sex toy. She was actually talking with one of the mates or the housemates in the Young, Rich and Famous, which is showing on Netflix. At that time, I tried watching it. I stopped midway because I did not see the need to watch it. As a matter of fact, I did not see the things to go out for. So I paused.
So it wasn't entertaining for you?
Entertaining. I'm interested because of mechanism.
Oh, okay.
Let me leave it here like that.
Okay.
So whilst some of my friends in America were watching me, one of them, he's a dancer, as a matter of fact. He's an award-winning dancer, has started his dance company in America. Man like Usher the dancer decided to go out there. No, Usher promised me that he will go out there to let me know that what we are seeing in Africa is even small, but there in America, there's a big business, big deal, and that the things are always in shortage. I'm talking about the sex toys. They are always in shortage. So, as he promised, just last night before I could sleep, I saw my WhatsApp buzzing. I checked and it came from Usher Baby. Now, Usher Baby has sent me videos confirming that the market over there is big. It is not as if they are hiding to sell like most of our girls are doing on their WhatsApp status and Facebook status. No, there are shops you go in there to buy. So he filed this report from America for us. Let's watch it, and when I come back, I ask myself, what are we doing wrong as men? That is why women would now be rushing for sex toys. Or, what are we doing wrong in the world of sex that now human beings are fantasizing to have sex with toys more than men or more than human beings. What really is the problem? Let's catch this report from America. It's a big market. In fact, that one I actually thought it was a microphone that I wanted to buy some for my house too. Like a golden or a pink microphone. Like I'll buy the pink one for Kojokin so that anytime he's before, yes, customize it. Not knowing it is a hey. Silala, silala. Agrode form. Wow. You look at this guy. Oh, so realistic cock. I see. Look at the veins on them. Oh, I see. Hey! Abo zigi. Hey. Now, the new one there, nothing there.
All forms.
All forms. Wow. And these are very soft. They are not hard, eh? They are very
just like
it's plastic.
aesthetic.
the human ear.
I see. So this is a report coming all the way from America. Thanks to Osha, who actually sent this report to us. He promised me, oh, I like the plain white ones. They look nice. And I hear that one there, if you want to enlarge your dick, then you can use it to make it, they can make it large. Does it really work? I wonder.
Within some minutes, not that it will be like that forever. After some time, it will just go back.
No.
So you have to keep it and be doing it all the time.
Nah, it doesn't make sense to
Yeah.
me, if you ask me. Well, so this is it. I would want young barrister to start a conversation. Menu. I would want young barrister. Okay, so the other one, I'm sure that one hasn't come yet. Okay, so I hear there are women wants to. There are women wants to. Have you seen them?
Yeah.
This is for the men.
Yeah.
Yeah, so these ones, men will go and buy, and they would also
Not only for men. You have to. I mean, we are in 21st century.
Transgender.
Yeah, so it's not only for men.
No,
So you can say
It's not
transgender.
only for men. Some women too go for them.
How can you penetrate?
No,
Yes,
it's not
transgender.
about.
Women will go for the
No,
toys.
we have lesbians who also go for it.
No, it's true.
This is so common.
How
Me,
are
I don't
they
know
going
what
to use
they use it. How do lesbians do
They
their
link
stuff?
themselves.
No, that's not the only thing they do.
It is not.
They do season. They do other things.
They
They
do
do
what?
scissors.
So what would they do with this?
They will do scissors. They will
the
they will
best
put it
clitoris.
and then it will be like that.
You will.
Now you are talking about your preference.
No,
That's what they do.
Body.
I'm talking about what they do. I'm not talking about the perfect way to
But
do it.
what Kojoki is saying too is true.
Okay.
Lady no go feel go take.
Why
They do it. No, listen. It's about what you are thinking.
It's not about what I
it is
also
the
do.
reality.
It's okay.
They do
Don't
it.
fight
I mean,
over sex. Don't fight over sex.
we have documentation for
Yeah,
them.
don't
A lot
fight
of
over
them are
sex.
even
It's
online.
okay.
I'm surprised that you are.
It's
going
okay.
like
Don't
that.
fight over sex. Don't fight over sex. So
Because I've watched.
If we talk about,
I watch videos that
no, I'm talking about transgender women.
not transgender, like lesbians go for it.
I see.
Not transgender. I'm
I
not talking about any
see.
transgender.
Go
Some
for the
lesbian.
vagina.
Yes,
Yeah.
there's documentation. You can just Google it. It will come.
Young barrister, continue.
There are a
Young
lot of
barrister, what
videos
is
about
happening?
it. So
This one there, it's a machine gun. Oh.
yeah.
You just put it
You
on
put
the
it
wall.
then.
It's usually for
Where the I say bu atopan.
the doggy. Yeah, that one is usually
Where the
for doggy.
Wachimana now opia kum.
Sometimes
So this one I hear it is used to lock manhood. So if, for instance, you have a man who is a stubborn man and he's going to somewhere, you lock it. That is what you see there. If you are leaving him in the house and you know
I
that.
better go to Benin Market.
If you are leaving in the house and you don't trust him with your house
I think.
Yes, what is happening?
Like what?
Why are we going through this?
Are you going through that? Because
It is not me. Why are human beings going through this?
It's the society. The society is changing now, and I think that ladies are becoming more, greedy as time goes on. But aside that, you see, there is
It
this.
is greed.
Yes, aside that, a lot of people who go in to patronize these items find themselves on these OnlyFans sites, or there is, I don't know if I'm permitted to mention some of the sites where they go live and do things just for monetary gains. So people would want to go and watch these people, and in watching them, they would have to masturbate. And the increase in masturbation is what is leading to the increase in pictures of all these sex toys that we are seeing. So ladies go live, they would have to do certain things, display. Those who can get men and do it live for people to watch and pay, they do that. But those who can just masturbate, touch themselves, insert some of these toys that we have seen, would also do that. So it's basically not anything that has to do with the men not performing well in bed, not delivering, but because of the crave for money, the crave for, I don't know, fame. Yes. So ladies would also go.
The crave for money.
Yes, because I don't see a reason why. But there are people who are also partners and would want to get the vibrators during sex. When you are, having sex, the lady would prefer you using a vibrator during the process. Some would want their clit to be, in a shape, because some men, excuse my language to say, some men are not 100% good when it comes to sex. So the lady would want to add a certain foreign material to make the thing enjoyable. But others would also not prefer it. But for the ladies, they are good to go. And this market is booming in the America because we know America. We know how they value and devalue men. Men are not in the equation when it comes to the setup of the American economy, and even their morals. They don't even include men. The women always want to be like, yo, they are up there. So if you are a man and you want to even be like this, they are like, yo, you are becoming authoritative, they leave you. So a woman in that regard will say, okay, what is even the use of following a man? I have a child, so let me find myself something that can excite me. So yes, there's nothing that has to do with men per se, because if you take African men, no matter how they want knock you, they will knock you. If it is about powder, they will get down and knock you. It's rather unfortunate that the powder man is not here. But there are remedies. If your man is not good in bed, there are remedies that you can use. But you see these toys that you are using, they are not blood and flesh. Blood and flesh like ours. Obviously, blood runs through the veins. It will get to a point the blood will not flow. You will get tired. But these machines, even as they are, they would also break at a point. You will use it, it may break in the.
No, it won't break.
I've seen surgery where a lady's own was broken into the.
Yeah, I think I also.
And it was being,
like
yes.
But I doubted it originally. I think it was not true.
It was true. And
It's soft.
no need to argue.
no, some are hard.
Yeah.
I posted a video.
The truth is that even the natural one, the human ones, it can also get broken at some point. If you have
Get stuck into the.
no, like you can get injured.
Yes.
So it's not
That's
Yeah.
why
It's not. Yeah. No, it got
That's
broken.
what-
So when yeah,
it may happen, but it's not common.
I had a
That's what I-
conversation with a lady who told me that it happened in the hood that she was working. Some of these ladies go out there to work, and she was saying that sometimes it is not their fault because they travel all the way to that country, and for 3-4 years they have not, seen a man. So they depend on some to satisfy themselves, because there's nowhere you would go and look for a man anywhere, because especially in the Arab countries where you didn't have to go following men, so you would have to get those items, and then so it was even a maid that the thing got stuck in the V, and they had to take her to a hospital for the surgery too. So sometimes it's about the crave, but I think there is increase in masturbation these days, and the men too. There is well created men.
They showed that. They showed that too.
Yes. So for men who would also feel like, oh, they are so addicted to masturbation. There are men who can tell you that they don't even, come when they are having sex. They can only come when they are masturbating.
I see.
So there are men who would always
They have a big problem.
Yeah, would want to, get these items to, entice and excite the hormones within them. So that is what is happening. But in terms of the pumping for men, I don't think we have a problem. Or do you have a problem? The pumping. I don't have a problem.
A pumping. No,
like
the natural.
You see,
thing.
there is one that also. There is one also that enlarges the thing. I think Jamo earlier was saying that for some time. You see the vein, you can enlarge it. So people go in and they put you on a period when you can pump within the day. So when you pump, because there is the vein will start growing. And when the vein within the penis start growing, then it means that automatically it is going to be enlarging. But that one also has its own implications, and you need to be very, very careful with
Chabo, why is this happening? What is going on?
Well, the factors are many, but the simple answer would be the advance in technology and even protection or other stuff. I mean, women especially got more empowered when there was technology to prevent pregnancy, for instance. Women started misbehaving more, if I should put it that way, because now it's like there's no much implication as it used to be if you are promiscuous or you do some of these things.
Okay.
Initially, you get punished by nature. You get pregnant and you can't do it anymore. If you joke, you get more pregnancies and it will be an issue for you as a woman. So when there was that breakthrough of pregnancy prevention, or you can prevent not to get pregnant, women became more promiscuous. Initially, it was the terrain for the men. The men, those who can get more sex, were seen as superior or on top of their game. By this time around, because now women can also go that direction, it was easier for them to be promiscuous. But for the women, the problem is that they will not go and have sex with any man. They will have sex with the competence or the strongest or the tallest or the whatever. So there's limitation to it. Because for them, it goes just beyond having fun. Like the way men will just do it as if they are urinating. So at the point, they may not get the kind of men that they are looking for. So they will now consider if there's any other means apart from getting the low men that they don't even respect. In fact, they don't see them as like they exist. If like in any society, you see that only few men get access to all the women. So if the women, some of them cannot compete getting access to the top men, they will obviously resort to other means or go for the lower ones. So if now there are toys that some of them think are better than even having a man, obviously they will go for that. So the advancements in technology basically has helped in getting us to this place. And again, our morals, like certain things that many years ago we thought that you can't just do it or you can't even just say it. Now it's so easy to say it. There were I remember even in our country here, there were some songs that you couldn't play on GBC, but nowadays they play it almost every day on radio, sometimes even prime time. That it shouldn't happen, but it happens. They play it on Facebook and other. And a typical example that I think I can mention now is Moses. Moses, at the time that the musician did it, A.B. Crenshaw, he said that it was just a joke kind of song that he did. It was like he has finished his album, like and for the stage of there was a space and let's do something and just put it there. And then it became a hit, but they couldn't play it on air. Like you can't take this to GBC and for them to play it. Not in any time.
Okay.
But with time now, like the time that we are in, almost all the radio stations they have played that song.
Yeah.
Some even play it in the afternoon.
During the day, yeah.
Yeah. So it's about us advancing in technology and getting access to some of these things, and some people being inadequate, as in the women comparing those people to the toys. They will prefer the toys than even getting to certain kind of men. So it's not so strange, and the market for it will be high because now people are making more money as well. Some people are taking decisions that they think is better, but they regret it later anyway. So the women, for example, like what Fantana said the other day, I mean, just having human beings around or getting a partner is not just about having sex.
Yeah.
But if you are young like her, you think that yes, the sex is everything at that point. But with time, she will know that no, I will need even a man around to fix, just to fix things at home. Like when there's a leakage at the kitchen, when you want to paint your room, like there are certain things that as a woman, even fixing your bulb could be a problem for you.
Yeah.
And if you have a man around, apart from having the companionship, there are certain things that a man can easily do it for you. Yes. But if you just think about sex and having some little money, yes. But with time, you will know that no, it will cost you more to get access to those things than just having sex or getting this sex toy. So for me, I think basically it's about advancement and getting technologies to prevent certain kind of diseases. It makes it more okay to do certain kind of things that we were not used to. So that's what is happening.
Well, Kojo will speak finally on this. Thank you, Chemo. Yes, Kojo, let me get your opinion why you think this is happening. I'm sure we actually promised to continue with this, and we are here today.
Yeah, we are created in the image of God, right? And God is a creator. And so man also is a creator. And if you see some of the things of nature, man has been able to create similar things as God created. Man has also been able to create their own. So definitely we'll get to human being, yes. And so anything that God created, man is trying to give a replica of it. Yeah, if you can check, a lot of, we have oxygen, right? That when you go, nature has air. We also have oxygen. A lot of stuff that we are also creating. And so when it comes to sex, definitely, that some people also think, okay, what are the challenges that comes with sex? Okay, we have men who are weak, who cannot give women orgasm. And as we speak, there are so many women who have never experienced orgasm. That is a very bad experience. If you meet a woman and she experiences.
I disagree, but I mean it's your turn, so.
Chevo, you disagree?
No. He disagreed when he said it's a bad experience that women have not gotten. Some women have.
Why?
Yeah, because by nature it's not necessary.
Every woman.
In fact, it's not necessary. The point is that by nature, it's not orgasm is not necessary for women. Not that they don't want to have it or they can't have it, but it's not necessary. Why is it not necessary? You don't need an orgasm to get pregnant. The basic or the basic form why we having sex is to procreate. So for a man, you need orgasm to release your sperm. For a woman, you don't need any orgasm to get pregnant. So
orgasm will not even do anything.
Yes, so basically that's why I'm saying that. So yeah, I'm not saying personally.
So what about a woman who doesn't have a womb, or maybe he can't, she's not productive? What will be the benefit of
so that's deformity. Yeah. I mean, and we have that in society.
Okay, so after you have finished giving birth and maybe you are not having your menses.
Yes.
What's your
So-
benefit
so-
of sex?
Okay, so that's why I'm saying that the basic reason why we have sex is because of procreation.
But
But
beyond
you
the-
can,
beyond
but
the-
beyond the
beyond the
basic, you
Yes,
can do.
there are other
Yes,
reasons.
and I'm not saying.
So we are
not
talking
disputing
about
that.
people
I'm not
who
disputing
are,
it
who
too.
are not going in for pregnancy.
Yes, and deformities
Because
are
you
there.
need to
So
be tested.
Yeah, people, it is
And
it is
again,
fun.
it is not every
Every
woman,
woman
who
who
get
get
orgasm.
That one
Yes.
explain. Is
Explain
it
that.
scientific?
Yeah,
yes,
scientific.
yes.
I want to learn about it.
No, it's
Yeah,
scientific.
yeah.
Why?
Because
No,
It's
because their
deformity.
hormones are like that.
you
That's
see, the truth of the matter is that you see our hormones as men is straight.
If
The women.
prescribe, they will get.
No, I'm coming. The
Some
women.
will not get
The
This
to
women
lady-
are
this
like
lady
this.
has been saying
It's
it.
like this.
What's her name?
sugar titty.
Sugar titty.
No, like I'm
That's
just.
right.
I'll
No.
never forget her.
The
Well,
women's
even that
no,
one, I
it's
will go
a
with
curve.
you.
Let's give it truth.
So
Oh,
It's a
that one.
curve. So
That
it
one.
takes
never
time.
I mean, it's just style. You
But
like
it's
that.
good. Just I let-
what I
let-
know
let-
is
let-
it's
let-
a point.
Yeah.
If there's a sport, if you are able to hit that spot
No,
of that woman,
not necessarily.
no, it means that spot has not been identified. A woman who is not getting orgasm, it's the reason that the reason is that that spot where she can release has not been hit.
Sometimes some of them don't even know that sport themselves.
Yeah, there you go find them now.
I go find out.
Hey, so are you telling me if that woman they use dildos on her, still she won't get?
Yes, some
who
will not
use
get.
them
Maybe
don't get.
I don't.
Yeah, there are
agree
some
there.
who use
So
them.
the point I'm making is, it's a very bad experience
Yeah,
that a
that is
woman will be enjoying sex and has never experienced
If he
orgasm.
hasn't experienced, then it means she was not enjoying.
Good. So when you meet people who have not experienced it before and you give them, the kind of praises. We say, oh no, it's not. It's not. We have read about it. We speak with our friends and all.
Yeah.
Like one of my friends was telling me that
Yeah.
if you give a woman orgasm, the kind of praises,
Celebration.
the joy, you know, she will tell you, wow,
The fans.
the fans, I've never experienced, and the dancing to the previous men,
Got the man say, Carrots, I am in.
the dancing to the previous men that she's met.
Oh, okay.
It is so amazing. So some of these factors, if businessmen were exploring, okay, what can we do?
Needs of man.
Exactly, because some also talk about infidelity of men. You can't even have them easily. They are not easily accessible. Maybe you are at work and you are feeling horny, you still want to do something and your man will not be available. Maybe you close at 8. You come in the evening. So all are these factors. And identification of needs is where business starts. If you're able to identify a need, then business will start. So people are also exploring that. What can we do around this? Because sex is a big deal in humanity. So what can we do then? Let's bring out some of these dildos to solve men who are not potent, women who are now peeved about the attitude of men. Men have broken their heart and they don't see men interesting again, so they may want to resort in other ways of getting their orgasm. Because if a man can give you orgasm, but the man doesn't treat you well, the man beats you, the man does so many things negative to you, they become like indispensable. But the reason why you come back is because of that orgasm. So if something can replace the man and give me that thing, then I will go and die there forever and ever. So when you get introduced to it, and I think one of the ways that people got to know about this is through porn, watching of porn, because that is where they used to show people who are masturbating and using all these sex aids and all of that. Then people get to know. So when you watch it and you get to know, you want to have a feel of it. And when you try it, I'm sure you may never return, because if you are that type who have tasted orgasm before, you may want to have that experience all the time,
over and
over again. And now maybe if you come, I can give you like 4 or 5 at a go, but there will be a time that, Charlie, I'm human. And even as men, when we are getting money, Charlie, our interest in sex and all of that dwindles. We may not even have time to give you that quasi assessing. When we are making money.
Kevin Hart says, I can't be a rich man and still have a good dick.
So we tend to limit it. Then the women also want it, because the women will never be satisfied with orgasm. If they can get it 20 times, they will love, because we release it, and we need to be hard. For them, they just need strength to maybe lie down and be enjoying it. But we have to pump, blood need to pump into the thing. It's not easy. So if they have some of these things, which will not speak, which will not complain that I'm tired, which is mobile, they can take it wherever they want and all of that, they will resort. But the danger is the psychological effect, because this is nature. You want to beat nature, and you can't beat nature to its entirety. Definitely you lose something. So in using these dildos, vibrators and all of that, it affects. I can say most of the women who are using this thing, some of them are mentally disabled. When we say mental disabled, we are not saying they are mad.
Not even good.
You said?
No, that's very good.
We are talking about God. You see, at times we are using brofu. Brofu also a definition. Yes, and now more kind of sana, more na mama and more than seven. You know, the point is, I'm talking about psychology. You know, and when they are used to it, that is when they tend to disrespect men. They feel like, oh, a man, they now compare a dildo to a man, a human being. Let me not say a man, a human being. How can you compare a dildo to a human being? So they don't regard a man. The dildo can't get you pregnant. There are so many things the dildo can't do. But when they get used to it, it affects their mental capacity. It affects a lot of things about them, because this is nature we are talking about. Why did nature create it between a man and a woman? There are a lot of things that you benefit. So that thing is replacing it, and so your psyche is being changed. Now you need to think of, especially those who have tasted a real human being before. Now if you are using the dildo, you need to think the dildo as a human being. And this is a form of madness. It's not easy. So imagine you have used it for over like 10 years. Somebody who has been using all these things like over a period of 10 years, do you think their mindset is okay? We are not saying they are mad, but when it comes to sex and relation with man, their mindset and other things is serious. And so this time, it is now common.
So we should come to terms with it and embrace it.
Oh, it is there. Now I have a friend, a lady, every day different types packages every day, and the way she posts is like it's booming. People are buying it. I know one of my bosses, his girl called him that he should buy some for her. And the boss was like, this girl shocked me. She had to buy it, and he bought it too. So no matter what you do, you can give her, but still she will go and use the thing.
Well, let's see what the good Lord will do to us. Those of us who are not machines, and those of us who are still trying to satisfy our women. May God help us. Let me hear believers say amen.
Amen.
Kewa confirms last mate, Drill, Creamy are no longer signed to his highly spiritual label. The founder and chief executive officer, CEO of Ghana-based label Highly Spiritual Music, Kewa, born David Kojochi, has revealed that music stars Lastmint, Mr. Drew, and Creamy have all left the label. On Sunday, June 4, 2023, Kewa was on Showtime with Andy Dusty. The host Andy Dusty asked about Friday night hitmaker Lastmint, born Lastmint, Nathaniel Owusu, leaving Highly Spiritual. Yes, I'll confirm that he, Lastmint, has left Highly Spiritual. Yes, Kewa answered via a video call. 2 weeks ago, Mr. Drew on Accra-based 3 Music TV's Unpacking program disclosed that he has also left Highly Spiritual. He said, "I'm not on the label anymore," Mr. Drew said. "I'm not on Highly Spiritual Music anymore." Explaining, he added that my contract ended with them. Ended of last year, he revealed, was when the music deal ended. Concerning joining another record label, he was positive, stressing that if the offer is good, he would agree. On what a good offer means, he said, "Just prioritize my work and come right financially." About 3 months ago, Kewa spoke about the mood hitmaker Mr. Drew, born Andrew Nikome Otu, leaving his artist management company. Now on Accra-based Kingdom FM, Kewa disclosed that Drew's time on the label has expired, so Drew is no longer on the label. However, he added that Drew and the label are very, very, very tight. Cordial. On why he did not renew the contract with Drew, he said, "Oh, he wants to move on, and I support it." The legendary record producer said he cannot be selfish to say that we've done 5 years only, so let's do more. According to the sound engineer and church leader, Mr. Drew indicated he desired to move on about 6 months to end of the contract. He noted that Drew's leaving was done properly. Now, he also revealed that High Life Art Creamy has also moved on after the end of his contract. Currently, the label is not on me, he noted also. The setup is there and there's an able team handling the record label, so I can also move around and do what I do as a sound engineer and a man of God. Well, ever since this story came out, so many discussions have been coming out of the departure of these stars from the label. I chanced on a video on NIT FM where Ola Michael and Abena Mwe were also asking themselves questions. Why all these stars will leave the label. At the same time, the label is also about introducing just 4 sets. 4 left and 4 sets are also coming in. What is happening? Let's watch Ola Michael and Abena Mwe also discussing this issue. Then I come back to the studio. We ask ourselves why, when it comes to labels and artists, oftentimes the departure has never been good stories. You ask yourself, oh, everything is okay. They come out to say everything is okay, but within them, and some were. The last time we watched a video of Kewa talking on Andy Dusty's program where he said, oh, at this time he doesn't want to talk about the issues, but he's waiting at the right time. At the right time, he'll come back and tell everything that happened. The tone and how he spoke alone was clear that there are issues. But I'm sure they'll say, oh, he says he wants to move on. He says he wants to move on. Watch this video. When I come back, we'll have another discussion. Record labels and artists. What has been the issues there? Let's watch it. I'll be back.
And you think I will and I think I will and you think I will and I think I will be sorry riches. Because riches doesn't go on label losing. I have Kewa there now. You dealing with Kewa because we're signing new artists. Boy back home sugar something. Oh, signing Sugar Kwame. So we're signing. No, is it Sugar Kwame? That boy is a very good performer. Oh. Very, very good performer. I saw him one of those performing around parts near the or come on signing on. But to safeguard them, because my joystick is there. You best setting up a share say, okay, one more key was signing on Nada. I want few or more. How is their career? I want to say with Kewa, so we can't say that much because I want to feel more. I want to feel more chairs. We have to go through it and see. Because I remember seeing a call, Nikushia Mo Abiamo, Reverend Abiamo. Ni sign that an account of me that say, I am Castle or Castle. And now send me a Yemen, Kayaka dear. That's what I'm saying. I doubt I can answer what you need for life. Ada we nyame.
Onye nyame, but why he went to sit?
Onye Kristo.
Onye Kristo, baby, you got tonight.
Onye nipa.
So you're suffering.
O timi kan sema o try but on kan okran.
But I don't think this thing is too. He can't just lie on the boy and say the boy wanted to go. When I know the come up, I don't think can lie.
If the boy in the year, no man, I just said the boy wanted to go. But if the boy was also
in his words, I said the boy said, "I want to go."
In his words,
I want to go.
In the boy's words.
Boy, now became the actual.
So wait for the boy. Me menji the KY Canidi.
I don't know engineer.
One-sided story. Me the unless I'm at last minute society. But last minute is also friend now. No more yes, no, I busy. And some phone.
I'm not to say I busy.
Last minute you are busy. Last your chances.
Last minute.
What are you trying?
7 acres and as a last minute.
And then 7 na beka na hwana beka.
Oh, 7 men yes. 7
7 na beka.
7 days.
If we say we kwanya video me ya me friends say open a bra.
I think that is why. And yes why busy. All the time I'm be the downfall of his VGM performance.
Well, so that was what happened in the studios of FM. And these are the newly introduced artists of Highly Spiritual. We are yet to actually identify them, but at least we know Sugar Lord and not Sugar Kwame. He is the guy second from right. That is Sugar Lord. And of course, the big man, Kewa, is in their midst, making sure he introduces them. That is the business. Kodo, so what is happening? You are an artist and record labels. What is happening?
This is a a very, very dicey conversation because record labels are there to support artists, which they are. We can't downplay their effect. In our space, at times it is surprising how they fall out of relationship, and you don't get good reasons for that.
Okay.
And based on the precedents, we can use that to comment that most of them are not done amicably or is not in the good light.
Okay.
More often, when they exit, you could see there is something there. And when you interview the people involved, they are not frank to give you the real situation. But we do hear information around. And I think some of these things also goes a long way to affect the industry. Because most cases, we do hear bad stories, and most of the stories goes against the artist. And so if potential investors are watching us, and they hear that, okay, Kewa, who is an insider, decided to invest in artists and they treated them in a certain kind of way, how much more me, who is an outsider, who doesn't even know the ins and outs of this business? That means my investment will go down the drain. So I think they are not doing us a good service by not giving us the true issues that happen. For instance, with Kewa, we heard a lot of artists like Yaobeg went off, later came back to apologize. Creamy, Care Songs fell off. A lot of them went out. It looks like his label is that one that brings out the artists, nurture them to a certain level, and leaves them. But we do hear stories. Hammer came out to say that he doesn't have interest in holding on the artists. He signs you, work with you to a certain level, and allows you to go. He mentioned that of Aigwe Edem, that when he picked Edem, his duty was to establish him and now leave him to go. He spoke that of a lot of artists. But is that in the case of Highly Spiritual? Because, yes, he is able to nurture great talent, and some of them have great songs out there and they are doing well, and this is the time that you can make more money. I don't want to believe Kewa doesn't want to also enjoy these big monies that other record labels
you
or
want
other
to enjoy, why
management,
not?
you may want to enjoy. And you see that the time that the artists at their maturity stage, where the money is big, that is when you want to leave them for someone else, or what happened. And we hear stories. We all know some of the stories that we do hear from the side of the artist, and also from the side of the record label. The problem is, do we have contracts that we all sign? Okay, in this contract, this is what this side of the party is supposed to do, and this is what the other party is also supposed to do. Do we get to a point that both of one side is not performing their duties, or what? If that is the case, we should know the real fact, so that communication will go right, because it doesn't help the health of this industry. Okay. So you hear the artist, after getting the break, felt like, oh, he's been cheated, because the money is coming to him is small, so they want to run it all by themselves, because they feel like, oh, now when I move out, I command numbers, I have following on social media, oh, I've gotten contact with most of the stakeholders, I know media people, I know how to distribute my songs and all of that, I can play my beat, so now I feel like I can run the thing myself. So they want to move out. If that is the case, I don't think it should be hard for the record label owner to come out and say this is the fact. And the artist too, if on the other side, what the record label also wrote on paper that they are going to provide. If they can't provide it anymore, that is why we have the termination clause.
And reviews.
So if that is the case, it shouldn't be wrong that, the manager was supposed to provide ABC, but it got to a point in time that they couldn't provide. So we sat down amicably and we parted ways. This shouldn't be a big deal, because this is the truth. It will not affect the health of the industry, because any reasonable potential investor will know that, okay, maybe they lack finances or resources. That is why they parted ways. But if it happened like that, then media people will also speculate. Probably whatever they heard may not be the real fact. But once they need to have a discussion, and even especially in our time like this, that we don't care about what any pundit is saying or what a presenter is saying, we just allow anything to pass. We will just speculate and spill in unnecessary facts out there. Lies. And this goes a long way to affect the health of the industry, because people listening will not see the industry
and have trust for the industry.
Investor confidence will be bruised and all of that. So I don't know why it is so difficult for us to speak some of this fact, because it's becoming way too much. Like not too long ago, Kewa, a lot of musicians have left the label, and they live at a point where
they are
on ascendancy. They are rising, so that you can expect that, oh, Charlie, in the next 2 years, these artists are becoming African stars or world stars. And most of them that leaves, you could see that there's a dip in their career after they leave. I can talk of Kelsons, such a fine talent. Went to Kewa, got recordings with Sarkodie, big songs, very good live performer. Got featured on Ebony's track, big song. Now left Kewa's label, and the guy is nowhere to be found. You're back.
But he's working on.
You work. Everybody is working. I'm not working. The upcoming guy who is not known is also working. So for the work, everybody is working, but some people's work are seen because of other factors. So you have lost that factors that made yours more visible. We are not saying he's not working. Back, same. Creamy. Is Creamy still there?
No.
Good.
According to the story I read, he's also like.
Creamy is also not there. Creamy is also suffering. And the latest is Mr. Drew. Mr. Drew too we are yet to, as it's early days yet, to say that he is having, he's suffering, or maybe it is affecting him. But we can, based on precedents, and maybe make predictions that one shot or not say it may affect him.
Okay.
And so, will you build and destroy again at a point? What is Kewa trying to do? Is it not good that we build to a certain level, and if our capacity cannot hold them, which we will employ every management to do that. When the artists get to a level that their capacity is beyond you, you need to let them go by engaging in proper contracts. Let people who have the financial muscle to come in and sign them off, or get into other record labels, distribution deals and all of that, so that the artist's career will be to continue, the journey will continue, so that there wouldn't be a break. So I don't understand the system Kewa is running, because it seems it's not working.
Because now new set is also coming.
New set is coming, so
and he doesn't also pick them in singles, so
bunch. So I can sit here and, based on precedence, predict that okay, in the next 2-3 years, so these 4 artists, they will get the hit songs, and they will come to a state that they will leave and they come back to hotness again, like their predecessors. So I think there's something Kewa is not doing right, because I want to believe he can get partners to take them to the next level, so that it will be big income for him. Or if they get to a level that he can't sustain, he should get other better deals for them. Unless the artists themselves are
in fact, that's what is happening.
Calling
they
to be out.
It. Yeah.
No, most
in
of the
fact,
artists
all of them call for it.
Good. So that
all of them.
All of them.
Yes.
That is also
listening to their stories.
They
have been opting out.
Yeah.
Another conversation that is also not good for the health of this industry, because I always say that the groundbreaking investments, it is priceless. If nobody knows you as an artist, and I pick you and I invest 1 cedi, and through that 1 cedi, you get known, that investment is priceless. You can never buy me off, because without that initial investment, nobody would have known you. Because that is why we have a lot of upcoming musicians who nobody knows, because they haven't met that one person that can take them to maybe one interview, that another person will see them and it will move from there, like the case of Black Sherif and Ajeze. What Ajeze did is priceless. Nobody can buy it, because through that one connect, it led to another, and the guy is wherever he is. So if I invest and you leave, I lose forever. I lose forever, especially when it's not on amicable settlements.
Yeah.
Yes, I lose forever. And the bitterness and all of that, they won't pray for you. They will be harboring some bitterness. And if they also have some links that you benefited from, they can go there and block it.
And block all
and that is
links.
one thing that is, yesterday I was even having that conversation with some people. It is really affecting our industry. Some artists are being ungrateful to their labels who held their hand when they were nobodies. And now they think they can alone enjoy the kick. And so they are also bitter, trying to block them. Some go to the extent to destroy them. Bulldog said it of I1, that he made sure I1 would never be a big star. He went to block the chances, and it affected the guy. And aside that, we that are coming, we surface. But when you meet somebody who wants to,
they'll not even tell you the issues they have.
The ghost of these people will always be hunting that person. When they want to push in, then they remember what others have done to them, and they will labor. So this issue, we need to find a core, because the conversation is not good for the health of our industry now and in the future.
So at this stage, would you advise someone to sign on to Highly Spiritual?
Yes, because you get some benefit.
Okay.
So you need to have a plan. My advice to the new guys is they need to have a plan, because these guys have been there, they left, and now it's like their career is a standstill. So what plan will you have? Are you going to remain with highly spiritual and see what they can do next, or when you want to leave, you need to have a plan,
Proper conversation.
a proper conversation, or a proper plan that you don't come back and ask yourself what next. So you leave, and maybe we have a good deal that will prepare you to the next level.
I see. Chabo, what do you also have to say about record labels and how they break up with artists?
Yeah.
Almost all the time in that confused position.
Yes, I think it's me. I'll blame the artist more.
You blame the artist more?
Oh yeah. The reason is that when I have advised or supervised something like that, and it's because of me the contract didn't come on. I can say that one. And so if that one, for instance, if I were not in and they signed the contract, the same thing would have happened.
Okay.
Yes, after your breakthrough, you think that they are cheating you. You were not like.
And they only get to do that after they break through.
After they break through, yeah, that's the point. I've advised somebody before that, yeah, this is not a good contract. But if you are going in, know that this is what it is. You are okay because you may get other benefits. That one, when you are going out or when you want a better deal, it's either you renegotiate or you talk to them and go, because you signed for that. But most of them, they don't understand the contract, and they think that they don't have anybody, they don't have anything, so it's okay. But when they get the hit, now people are praising them. They think that they deserve more. But you signed the contract, and at that point,
that's when they start feeling they have been.
Yes, and at that point you were nobody. So take it like that. But no, they won't take it like that. Then it will become an issue. Like that's what happened. So that's why I'll put most of the blame on the artist, because the investor will never invest with the intention that you leave him and that person will lose. No. So for the investor, they will do whatever it takes to protect their money. So you, the one coming in, should understand and know that, okay, this will be a fair deal. Let me take it or not. Most of the upcoming artists, they don't get the understanding of the contract. In fact, they don't even read. They don't let anyone advise them. They will just go and sign because they need it.
The moment they see the zeros now,
then they will sign.
Or sometimes the fact that there's even a company
coming to a yes. And then sometimes they will promise them that, oh, I will give you your rent money, or I have a room you can come and stay in. I will give you a car. Then I'll be sign. All you need to be. But so why hate boom? No, we just care about now that they want to review the contract, they want to review. So that's why I will blame the artists for that thing. For record labels, not only in Ghana, even outside Ghana here, in America, we hear the fight between record labels and then the artists all the time. Sometimes it will even go to court to settle it and all that. So always it's about the artists. For record labels, they are not charity organizations, and never think that they are going to have your interest when they can't protect their money. No, they will always do it for themselves. So you are the one going in, so you have to think about, even if they are cheating me, I think I will get what I deserve at that moment and then move on with it. No, so that it won't come like when you get a hit and they are now recouping their money, they are now making more money from you.
That is when you
want to go out, and you won't take it easy. And I think that's the problem with the highly spiritual and the artists, and especially the artists. When you look at the way they go out and things happening, I'm also tempted to believe that the kind of contract that they sign maybe is not so clear for the artists or the highly spiritual. I think there's something going on because the back issue came and we don't even know what triggered it and even the core issue. They were just exchanging insults, talking about some incident. The same thing with the Kill Songs thing.
Kill Song, yeah.
It was just about exchanging insult, giving out incidents. This thing happened. He went here. He went there. Like that kind of thing. We did it. Yeah. You see, all of them.
They chewed them.
We didn't really get the core issue. Like the contract wasn't good for me. The money I was getting wasn't okay. What? No, we will hear that the place that I was sleeping,
I was sleeping in the
studios, and I was hungry, and he was just sending me an errand. No, you don't get the core thing. And look at, you see what is happening now. The last mid and then now yes, you see they are not going to talk now because the moment we hear na onyare na onya na ne hobon, like you don't get the issue. That's why I'm saying that I'll blame the artists, because when they are going in, they don't sign proper contract.
They don't pay attention to details. Yeah.
Yes, and they don't even let people review it for them. I mean, some of the contract you will not even understand them when you read it yourself. So you have to get somebody who has done it before, or who have fair idea what is there, so that you will discuss it with them. The person will read and say, okay, this line, this is what it means. Are you okay? If you are not okay, then what can we do? Let's go and tell him that no, change this part for us, or let's go it like this, and let's see what happens. And all of them, they don't do it too. They no, but that's why you are not the one to do it.
Yeah,
give
there's
it to
another
somebody.
story that will tell us about this.
Yes, give it to somebody. Let the person read it for you. Come out and discuss it with you. Me for the one that didn't happen. That's what happened. I read the thing and told him that okay, this is what they are saying. Are you okay? He said no. Then I told him okay. Now go and tell them that your somebody, your legal advisor, said that there are certain portions of the contract it's not good for me, so you can either review it or I will not sign. And then when he went back to give them that information, they got angry. The record label, their point was that artists are only share come do ye be sign almost what's a legal advisor, legal advisor. So for the record label, they don't have your interest at heart. All that they are thinking is that let's give him something to survive so that later you make money from him. So if you don't get somebody to advise you, you just go and sign, hoping that you get something small. And that's the issue. The contract they didn't sign. And I was in a position that even the record label also came to me with the same issue. And I told them, yes, and I told them that you have to talk to the guy. If his legal advisor is telling you that is not good. If the legal advisor is saying that is not good, then you have to consider his concern. Let him bring out the issue, and if it's reasonable, then you have to make concession. But for them, it was like we just want to help the guy, so he should just sign. And it didn't come on. So my focus will be on the artist.
Okay.
When you are going for any contract like that, seek advice before you sign. So even if you know that he's cheating you, you will stay till the contract ends, and there won't be any fight because you were ready for such things.
Yeah. Well,
in the cases of these artists, did they sign contracts?
Oh yes. They are saying their contract ended. Almost in all their.
Ended and they opted.
Then there's no. And I said, then the issue of North Mami now goes
to more issues are there. We have heard some of Mr. Drew's stories.
Then that issues will come because contract in the command say. So later now, Obibe Kacham say, I say, cheat. They will do it with some form of pain. It's like they are not happy because cry by you or what cheat here. So it's time I won't sign with you. In fact, I don't even want to be your friend.
Yes.
That's
yeah. I want to believe KWA may want them to sign more.
More, yeah.
Obviously, of course, they are business.
Yeah, obviously. And
well, Young,
that's not good.
Let's take it from top.
These record labels issues in Ghana. But do we have record labels? I want to believe.
Oh yes, we have.
We have. The one we have is what is
Black
Avenue. No, we have.
Black Avenue, highly spiritual, these things.
They
should change their name.
Why?
From record label to agencies.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
I think that would be the best description for this.
The kind of things that
the kind of things that is happening and the kind of things that they are doing. Because record labels, a lot of investment goes into establishing a record label. I want to believe so.
Oh yeah, sure.
Because you cannot just be a producer who you have your studio, and because you have 1 or 2 plugs, then you pick artists and say that you want to sign them onto a certain record label that exists fictionally. Let me use the word because.
But no.
When we come to record labels,
for our standard,
that's why I'm saying that.
Even the example he wants to use, especially if you come to Ghana, it is not like that because in the case of Kewa, for instance, though Kewa will sign you, but there are other people who are working. I think the last interview he even said that now because he doesn't have time, he is not part of the day-to-day running of the label.
We have even heard that more of the links guys
are going
there. I think allow him to.
Yes,
okay,
you hear those
like
things.
They pretend as if they are.
Yes, they are not. Yes, they only exist in the fictional world. Like for example, a proper record labels will not even do what Kewa is doing, like standing and taking pictures to usher your
No,
I'm just saying it.
Don Jazzy has been doing more than this. Don Jazzy, he even sing with you.
So you see that those people that Don Jazzy brings into the space, later Sony takes them, Universal takes them.
No, but they don't. They don't take them to manage them.
I'm coming.
They take them to do their
in conjunction with.
So obviously, as we sit here, we don't even know that Don, as he sits in Nigeria, has a direct plug with Sony or Universal. That he tells them that, look, I'm going to get these 4 or 5 arts. I'm going to manage them for 1 year. I'm going to push them into the mainstream Nigerian music. When this person hits, come for the person. You don't know that. Our industry, they are not playing that ball. So when Kewa comes to usher in some 4 musicians, like yo, highly spiritual, they produce music and da. Because of the standard of Kewa, a lot of people would want to pay attention to Kewa's production. So these guys come in and they realize, no, come on, we need to. Then he's not having the financial capacity to handle and manage these arts. Their needs also increase. They are seeing the outside world, and Kewa's management or whatever record label cannot fit into the holes that the boys have created. What happens? They want to move out. It's not about the contract that they don't understand, even though that we cannot run away from it. But there is a gap Kewa cannot close for the kids. So when they realize that there is a gap that is being created, then they feel like, no, we need to move out. What is happening in our industry is just a small lobby. Yo, these are my guys. Hello, put them on the shows for me. That is what is happening. So when the guys realize that, no, we need to grow from these are my guys, put them on the show, then the conflict of interest sets in. And we are not realizing it too. So everybody gets up and feel like, yo, I want to create.
I think it is not conflict of interest, just misunderstanding.
Okay.
Conflict of interest is another meaning.
Okay, then let's put that word.
Use the conflict.
Yes. Then the conflict sets in because they feel like, okay, fine. We sign on to record label like KOS1, so we need to. Yes, we need to be cashing in. We need to be doing this. We need to be doing that. The videos need to be, the standard needs to go up. And then KY is saying that, oh, you are 4, so let's manage some 100K, but maybe one video will cost me some 20K. One boy wants his own to be 30K. You see, the discussion will go on board, and some of them will feel like, yo, KY is having attention for this, it's not having attention for that, and the problem will start coming in there. And I have a problem with record labels, managers or owners trying to be in the space and run everything like KY is doing. So every day the problem is going to be between Kewa and the boys, and not the boys and highly spiritual music. Because if you set up a record label, there are a lot of people who work around it.
I get this point.
You get it? There are a lot of people who work around it.
I get it.
So somebody will come out and say, I have a problem with Universal Record Label, not the owner, not somebody. Maybe there are certain areas that the person is having a problem with. But in our industry, these people need to change the name from record label to agencies, so that they run the work for the other work, like they run the works and say, okay, fine, I want to do this 1, 2, 3 for you, put you on the Ghanaian space, and then when you are done, I can link you to this record label. They sign you properly, and when that happens, you the agency here in Ghana, you get your money back, because it's like a football team that you are running. You play the academic way, then you get your money. You sell the kids, you sell them. You get the money, you sell them, you get the money. But what he's running, he's going to be at the losing point all the time. Because the kids, they are growing, you know. You sign Sugar Lord. Sugar Lord is a very good guy, he's doing everything. Then you shoot one video for him. Maybe you give him one EP. Then Sugar Lord is saying, oh, come on, I want to be on the shows out there. Can Kewa fly all the 4 kids out there? If Kewa flies Sugar Lord to maybe UK to go and play some show, how about the 3 guys? They would also want to, you know, be on that level. So when it is not coming, then the problem sets in. The bare bat, the things, that will set in. But we need to run the thing properly. Let's cancel the record label thing. Write some agency, then the boy know that, oh, I'm coming to run with an agency. So maybe within 1, 2, 3 years, they will sign me off to this record label out there, and I can go and do the run. Now, watch how the outside record labels work. They watch you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years time. When they realize that you are reaching a certain peak, then they'll come and pick you. So they will not even struggle enough, because they know that you have this. And even within their space, you would have to come with your legal advisor. You would have to come with this so and so. You can and tell them that, okay, I have a manager, I have this PR somewhere, I have this that, and they run it for you. But here in our space, it doesn't work like that. Maybe I move with somebody, I call the person my road manager, who cannot even understand thereafter within the contract. Then you sign it. Do you get it? So that is what we are running. Because if a record label, the record label will also be like, you need to bring a legal team. Because what we are coming to do is not a plea. We want to see your legal team. We want to see your manager. Okay, here, when you come here, we have songwriter. Are you ready to be paying for a songwriter if we do all these deals for you? Or you are coming in as somebody who can write your own song? Okay. We also have a talent manager, somebody who will be responsible for your arts, your fashion, your styling, everything. They tell you all these things within a record label, but we don't have that settings here.
We have. No, we have. That's the fact. When you go to Links, are you telling me Links doesn't have this? Even the Kewa that they are in trouble.
So you don't know, but you are saying we have.
Oh no, Kojo.
You are not saying for
Kojo. I know.
Sammy is telling us the truth that we have. And I'm saying that we have it, like at the back of our mind. We have it too, because there's no way we can just come and say,
do you know the protocols at Links? Do you know the protocols at Links?
Oh.
No, the protocols at Links. Do you know, Kojo?
I have been to.
I don't know.
There are protocols there.
Black Avenue. They have a very nice setup. They have a very
No, it's not even the setup.
Yes, I'm saying that because you need to meet this person before you meet that person. Meet that person. Those offices are just existing. It's just existing.
No.
It's just existing, brass. I mean,
so you can't say we don't have
the way.
Maybe it's not working the way it's supposed to.
The work. The functionality of those things that we think we have is not working.
Okay.
Because if
that
it
one
is not working,
but we have.
Because there's no way an artist will come and tell me that I was signed on highly spiritual, then I was asked to be sleeping in the studio. Because if we have, there's somebody who's going to tell you that this studio, when it is 7 o'clock, we don't record here.
Okay.
Do you get it? So yes, we have, but we are having it at the back of our mindset. Their functionalities are not working. We are not seeing anything like that. So I'm saying that let's change the record labels to some agencies. so that we will stop and prevent this kind of people moving out and creating bad energies within themselves, and people moving behind closed doors to close doors for them, because there are so many good artists who have moved out from so-called record labels, and they are nowhere to be found.
I get you. I get you.
And
I get you.
This issue is very serious. It's very serious. You see, what me, I kind of agree with what Barrister is saying, because this, our game, music is like a seasonal thing. It's a seasonal kind of thing. So if you are not able to monitor the cycle and know that this is the peak of the artist where we need to cash out, and that is what the last time I was telling you about some artists doing their peak, that they could have broken through the world market. We didn't do it. So now it is we are struggling to catch up. 2012, Stark was winning BETs and all of that. 2012, there was no Burna Boy, the video, all of that. So if Stark was to have any record label who understand peak, that was the time they would have sold them. It's like you are producing umbrellas. Umbrellas needs to be sold at rainy season. And during the rainy season, you have packets. You are hoarding them. Now the rain has ceased, and now you want to sell. The sales will be low because people may want to buy for the sunshine.
I see.
But it will be low. So that is why we need some of this, because those artists that have left now, there was a point in time that they were very hot. That if there were money, they would have maximized their potential. But artists have met colleague artists, and they know what is happening. It's like you are running with a girlfriend, and the girlfriend go and meet a rich guy, and they show them some small things. Their cycle will change. And so they'll start misbehaving. So this issue, Charlie.
I get it. We have two stories. I don't know how come the time seems to have beaten me to it. We have two stories. Maybe because I was enjoying the conversation, so I was not being strict with it. But I'm going to combine the two stories so we run together, and you guys will make commentaries on the two. The first one is about Peter of P Square, who is talking about Grammys and the fact that he thinks Grammys is not being fair to artists who are from Africa, especially when he thinks they have not made the competition open so that everywhere you are, you can compete in any other category. He thinks, he doesn't understand why Africans are limited to certain categories. He's not happy about it. That is story number one. Now, story number two, and I'll read something before Richie gives us all the videos. The story number two is about one American rapper. Excuse me, I want to fetch this quickly, so we run with it. Yes, story number two is one American rapper who is called Chameleone. Now, he is complaining that record labels, and it will be linked to the earlier conversation we were having. Now, it says Nelly told Chameleone to do an audit, and after he hired Jay-Z's legal team, he found out that Universal owed him over $600,000. He then used this as leverage to get out of his deal by threatening to teach other artists how to audit. And it is very linked to what we just discussed about how record labels sometimes they rip off artists, and later when they find out, then they might have to run away. There are videos to these stories. I will let us watch both videos together, and or better still, I'll introduce them one after that. Because I just finished talking about Chameleone, let's watch his video, and after that I'll come back. We watch P Square, that is Peter of P Square Fame's video. Then my panel members will take the two stories and maybe some 3 minutes each. We're gonna hear from here. Our time is running out.
I feel sorry for other artists and musicians because I often kind of feel sorry for other artists and musicians because you know, when I started investing, well, first, the state of the music industry is designed to rip off an artist. That's what I believe. I believe that when the check gets handed to an artist, the check is normally not right. The first person that told me this was Nelly. Nelly told me, you know, you got to learn how to do this thing called an audit. And I was like, what is that? And then he was like, man, you got to get a lawyer. And so I searched, I found Jay-Z's auditor, right? And then this guy went and said, I'll do it for, I'm not going to charge you up front. I'm going to take a piece. And I was like, okay. So he goes and he finds over $600,000 that the label hid from me. So I was like, wait a second. Is this the way it always is? He's like, yeah, you got to keep on doing this. So I realized all my peers didn't know this, that, I got into the music industry and thought that when you have a song that's number one, that it just goes magically because your song's good. It's paid. Like, payola is not supposed to be like a thing, but it's real. Like, I had to pay a lot of money to get my record to number.
Well, so that was Camille Lunet telling his story in an interview. I don't know why young barrister. Oh, yo, what was criticism? As a catfisher,
in the story, go you like that.
Take your time, you understand it. So that was Camille Lunet talking about the fact that he was duped by his record label. And let me say thanks to my good friend, what's his name? Gideon, who is in Virginia. He says he would want to get the opinion of my panel members on record labels. I'm sure while sending this, his man said, this is why Shatta doesn't sign record. I know, because he's a Shatta fan, so I'm sure. You see, some of these things, that's why Shatta is not signing to record labels. These guys rush to record labels and they'll cheat them and blah, blah, boom, boom, boom. Well, that is fine. Now, let's go listen to P-Square, Peter of P-Square fame, what he's also saying. Then we take the two stories together. Some 3 minutes, then we wrap up.
I don't like all this African category. Have you ever gone to a Grammy? I don't like all this African category. Have you ever gone to a Grammy and say Asian category?
No.
So if you do a Grammy today and put African category and you give me that award, I'm not going to still be happy. Because at the end of the day, have you gone for an award and say Asian category, American category? Have you seen that before?
No.
So what is the African category?
You know what?
Why are they segmenting the whole thing? You know what? If you Grammy, like I know in Russia today, they do Grammy Russia. Russians do their own Grammys. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So, the DMB, they put African category. Why? Why the whole, beginning to irritate me. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, during our time, it was happening, but I think it has gotten where you guys know that we are now there.
Yes.
See that you go ahead and do BET Africa Award better, or remove all these African categories.
Well, so these are the two stories on our desk, and we're going to put them together, wrap up quick, then we run away from here. Meanwhile, let me also do this quick announcement. Someone just sent me a photo of, I'll share it to my producer, Richie, so later he can also display it on our screens. Someone tells me Stonebwoy is going to have an album release party. Have you heard that?
Not yet.
You haven't heard? Okay, I'm sure maybe. Fifth Dimension?
We've done it.
No, in Nigeria.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah, so Saturday, that is June 10th. Just this Saturday, Stonebwoy Fifth Dimension album release party. And doors will open at 1 a.m. at Victoria Island, Lagos. That is Jojo 1625B Saka Jojo. I'm sure that, okay, Stonebwoy Hotbox. Okay, the name of the place rather should be Hotbox Lagos, because that is what's at the top. If you see the top right, the left rather, you see Hotbox. And I hear it is in Victoria Island, Lagos. That is where so table reservations numbers are there. So to our Nigerian friends who are watching, please go there and go support Stonebwoy. Since you guys are saying we don't come, Stonebwoy is coming. Ekene Samuel and Jamo name them. Dansiaba Technologies, Victor Wanzi. If you guys don't go to this concert, you guys go see Wutu. Jamo two. Kabo Mienko.
Yeah. I think with the P-Square issue, I think Grammys has been there for a while now. Like they have run it for a very long time, and they keep on changing things and making things better as they go along. So I think this is something that you can suggest to them, and then they will find a way to put you in or something. And it is based on the rules that they have now. So if they have to bring in a category that everybody can compete or something, I think they have to amend their policies or terms and conditions or whatever before it will happen. So me, I would suggest that he will rather petition them or write to them and see how it will go. But you not being happy for somebody trying to award you there, I mean, that's what it is. You can't just force yourself into somebody's organization and just tell the person what to do. I think it has worked for them till now, so they will not just change it because you are not happy about it. But I think it's a good suggestion that he can throw it in and let's see how the Grammy people will take it. And if they have to take action, why not? I think they will take it because they also want to grow. So they will do whatever they think can help the award scheme, for sure. Yes. And then the Camillionaire thing. I mean, yes, as I said earlier on, record labels, they are not charity organizations. And they will do whatever it takes to protect their investment and even make more if you don't do the right thing. That's what they will do. So if you are an artist and you are going in, you have to go in with all the people that you think can help you also protect your interests. That's why you need a lawyer or just an advisor who knows the system, how it works. The Camillionaire was just happy to get Nelly to tell him, this is it, so go this direction. So he got a good advice so that they won't cheat him as an artist. All record labels, that's what they do. Their interest first. You can get help from record labels, but never think that they will just help you because you are a musician. No, they are doing business, and that's what they will do. And if you are not happy about it, then you don't work with them, or you protect your interests. In that sense, you need an advisor to direct you what to do, what not to do, and how to deal with them. So if you are, I don't think it's bad to join any record label, but it will not be in your interest if you don't know what you are doing. If you don't get good advice, then you may not need a record label. But if you have a solid team behind you, advising you and scrutinizing whatever the record label will bring, it's the best way to go. Because record labels have what it takes to push you to the next level of your career instead of you doing it yourself.
Yes. Kodo, 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Let's wrap up. Our time is up.
Yeah, with the first one, the rapper. Yes, music record labels wouldn't want to lose, and for signing an artist is a greater risk because there's no guarantee that it will become a success.
Yeah.
You are releasing the music, then we go and market it. There are so many cases that record labels invested in artists and it didn't blow, it didn't work, and they lost because you can be there for the period of 5 years and nothing happens. What happens? If you don't want to sign again, you can opt out and they will lose. So if they also make it maybe in the first year and all of that, I think you can go back and plead for a review and all of that, but you shouldn't be too. You have to work on your emotional intelligence because you agree to it unless you didn't know that, oh, this is what you were signing to, and that one becomes a point. And that one even cannot say that they are making money off you or they are trying to cheat you, because once there was a contract, you can't hold them. It could be a bad contract or an unfavorable contract, but once you sign, technically they are not at fault. So you didn't do things right, as he said, until Nelly told him that you need somebody to review. Then he got to know that, hey, Charlie, we are signing on favorable contract. Maybe we could have bargained for better. So that one is an advice that don't use your current situation of hunger, not getting places to live, to trade off your talent. Your talent is worth billions. So don't look at your current situation. Still look at the proper way, because it could be that your first song will become a greater hit. And now you feel it. You have 5 years, 4 years more to go. And you are earning peanuts. You are on every platform, making good money. That one year you go feel up. You go feel up, papa. So sign proper and favorable contract and you'll be fine.
Okay.
With
Peter, P-Square.
We have FIFA. FIFA is for World Football Federations. So if you have associations, you can join and you be part of FIFA, and we have competition for the world. Is Grammy a world music award scheme?
No.
Is it a world acclaim, like something for everybody?
The brand is like that, but it's for somebody
specific people.
Yes.
And now they are expanding their tentacles based on their business and their numbers. What will interest them?
Yeah.
Grammy is not for the world. Take it like that.
Grammy is for the world.
For how?
They have a category for world music.
So it's a private organization doing that. Yes.
FIFA doesn't have a category for some people. When we go and play for World Cup, it is everybody. If you have the muscle,
that one does not be everybody. Those who qualify.
Like if you want to be part of it.
But what I mean is still, FIFA has their continental. They are also overseeing some continental football.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes,
I'm talking about.
World Cup. They have our league. Is FIFA not part of it?
No, they are just supervisors.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. No. That's what I'm saying. That's why they can write a letter to say Ghana League.
What I said was,
they have some powers about it.
What I said, FIFA is a body. Regulating national football.
And
if you want to be part of, you go and you'll be part of it, and they will have that
their rules and
their rules governing
responsibility over you. Do we have any music body, world music body that we can affiliate to that they will regulate any award scheme?
No,
we don't have. Grammy is a private individual business
solely.
So if they are not trying to consider you small, why are you making a case of it? This is not for like governances. World countries have come together and created it. That this is an award for everybody all over the world. No, this is for America. And now they feel like, okay, it is growing. It has gotten that world recognition. The fact that it has gotten the world recognition doesn't mean it is for you. It is not for you. So understand that and you have peace. So they are now seeing the need that, okay, certain part of the world they are growing. So let's consider them. And it's even all about the numbers and your impact.
Business,
In Ghana, didn't VGMA write off Gospel Album of the Year? Because they realized at a point many of the gospel artists were not releasing albums.
Even collaborations.
You see, and even last year, High Life Artists of the Year, they got only 4. So if the previous years, the years ahead of us, they feel like they are not getting people who are pushing High Life, it will die. It will be scrapped off. And this is Ghana we are talking about. They can say, oh, let's put it there for shaggy reasons, but they are looking at business. So it could come as a plea. Why? Ask questions. Grammy is open like that. Go to their website or channel to write contest. Charlie, why is it that our own is like Africa? We feel like our people are making cases. Burna Boy is packing stadiums that most of their European or white musicians are not doing. So why is it not open that he can also win a substantive award that is general but not the one that is cut out for Africans? But if you speak like this, it's like you don't even know what you are crying about. And it also calls for us to also get our own awards. We should get good awards. We should promote African awards. Brand it well that it will catch the eye of the world that a white man will also feel like winning such an award and be happy. We are killing our awards. Africans and most of the awards are dead. Because the artist is looking for Grammy. Doesn't value their own awards. Then eyeing for Grammy. If you win Grammy, what? After winning Grammy, if you win it, what? So Charlie, it's not for us. Let's accept it and no peace.
Barrister, close the show for us.
Hey, Omonaja. Charlie, you no get case, so.
Who no get case?
Oh, Pisco, you no get case. Now, I was saying that even the Grammys, they don't have African cards. They have what we call the global music.
That's what he's talking about.
If you mention African cats,
no. What he meant is that those categories, I think they are just two. The world
that you label as African.
So it's not even African.
Yes.
Africa song of the year.
Yes, so he said that is the only slot where Africans
He
are considered.
He said we don't have Asian
Asian
award or this award.
Yes.
Asian category.
Africans.
Yes.
We don't have, and then
Yeah,
you
we don't have.
even have
I know with the mentioning he got it wrong.
He shouldn't say that. Even in the Grammys, we have American roots music. We have Latin. You understand? Want to talk about the cats, then you'll be getting it wrong. If you see African, there's no African, but we have American roots. We also have Latin. You understand? Because the award was birthed in America. So obviously it was for the South Americans and then the North Americans, even those who are doing music
in fact, to even
Britain,
qualify, you have to market your song in America.
or in the Americans.
Yes.
They get it. Even reggae, that is also in America, was created separately from the American music. Do you understand? Because when you take Jamaica, Jamaica is part of America. You get it? So he's not having any issue to even say that even the Africans that we have in Ghana, in Africa, we are not promoting.
Come again, Jamaica is not part of the America or the North America. So say it well.
I said Jamaica is part of America.
Please allow him
I'm
to
talking
finish.
about the continent America.
No, Jamaica is not part.
You can check.
Jamaica is part.
Jamaica is not part of America.
Of what? I'm not referring to USA.
Then
I'm
say
talking
it
about
well.
the continent.
Say it was.
That's why I say.
I'm saying that Jamaica is also part of the Americans.
Yeah, now you are talking.
And that's what I'm saying.
No, that's not how you said.
That's not how.
That's what I said.
No, you said America. America and America is different.
But if I say America,
yeah.
you think
in
I'm
fact,
limiting it to USA?
you even be accurate when you say South America.
Yes,
Just
okay,
to
so
differentiate
South
it.
America.
Yes,
okay.
That's the best way to go about it.
All right.
Go ahead. Yes.
Yeah. So for that purpose, I'm saying.
Okay. So the correct thing is that Jamaica is technically part of North America.
Even North
as
America.
all of the islands of the Caribbean Sea
Yes.
are.
Yes. So that's why I'm saying the Americans, because I don't know the division too.
I say it's technically part of North America. Okay, go ahead.
It's part of the Americans.
Okay. That one there. You are.
All right.
ahead,
All right.
yes.
So he's not having any case at all to say that the segment or the segregation of Africa from the Grammy, even if they are giving us that slot alone, we should be happy because it is going to even motivate some Africans to even work harder and get recognized within that space. Even the Hades, if you want to talk about we segregating music in Africa, even the Hades that is from Nigeria, they have cuts for East Africans.
Oh, you mean the Hades?
Yeah, the Hades. I don't know how they. Is it the Hades or the Hades?
Hades.
The
Hades.
Because I was trying.
Hades.
Okay, it's Hades.
Yeah.
I didn't get it.
Your FOQ.
Yeah. My FOQ properly. Yes. So even that award scheme, they have segments where you award West Africans, East Africans, and even African art, I'm sure. And even the Afrima that we are seeing as an African award. We also have the overall art, which obviously says that you are an African art of the year. So for that debate, my bro for come proper and tell me this is art. But the Grammy, if they have any time to create an African slot, we'll be happy. So that at least the music spin in Africa can also get that attention that we have been lacking over the years. But there's no cuts yet. We shouldn't call for it. Let's leave it for the global one. Maybe one day, one of our artists from Africa could also be the overall art in the Grammy, and that would be a plus for us. And then to the record label issue with this, I think Nelly and the man, what's the name? Chameleon. I think the argument dated back maybe some 20, 30 years ago, because those days they sell records. Those days they sell, the record labels will go and do the business on the ground for you and then come back and tell you that this is what we have gotten, so this is your share. But these days everything is on the air, is online. You cannot come and tell me that after getting some 1 million view on YouTube, after getting this and that and that. No, because they send you all the details, or you don't
have it. You don't have access.
They can even give you access, but still, you know, go see talk.
What Chamo is telling is that seeing 1 million views is not $500,000.
Yes.
Yes.
So if you see 1 million views, so if you see 1 million views and they come and tell you it is just $100,000, what would you do?
So you need people to advise. That's where it comes.
Nice.
That is why you see earlier I was telling you that with this record label, a lot of things come to play. So with this record label, you would have that in-depth knowledge, you know, all these things that you know that okay, these are what I'm getting myself into. Even the contract that I'm signing, these are the things I'm going to sign on to, so that you don't end up selling your birthright outrightly. So for that advice, I think all the artists need it right now. This is the time they also need to try and get legal advisors like Chamo and others who can give them
in terms of distribution online.
Unofficially, I am.
Yes,
no, Chamo, you are. Don't mind them. Chamo, you are. Chamo, you are. Whether official or unofficial, you are. Continue.
I think people who can actually appreciate legal terms for you, so that sometimes when you are signing this contract, you don't just go with your pen and then sign and go. You need people who can tell you these are the things that you need to do, and then the auditing is part of the business, so that maybe if you have signed on to a record label for 5 years, at least every 2 years you need to do audit of your in-house things. Let them know what is coming in, so that at the end of the day you will not get back and say I was cheated for all these 5 years. So the auditing and then the legal advisor is always needed.
Wow, seriously, I've enjoyed today's show. I didn't even see the time beating me before I realized I was far behind, but we have still been able to come to
it's
the
because
end.
Of the sex tape.
I'm sure it ate into the time. No, I believe. Well, guys, thank you so much. Thank you to Intim Dodu Solomon Chemo. Thanks to Kojo King. Thanks to man like Young Barrister, and to Digital Rasta Currency, who is on camera, Richie Flex, editor director of the show. If you have loved this, you can put down your comment and also suggest this for other people. And if you've not subscribed to this, be part of the subscribers. But remember that on Sunday we'll be doing our Sunday Connect. I'll be here, and you guys will also reach me from your location from around the world. So we'll be having our own conversation. Join this and let's have a vibe. I'll be expecting you as we do this. We are out of here. Bye.